Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Um, as the background shows, we'll be talking about um, wow, Ennis versus Lima. I really don't know what to say. I ain't gonna lie. I really don't know what to say because it's like, dang, we did not expect the fight to go like this. What? I didn't have this prediction. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit up here and say, oh, I knew he was gonna do this. Who could have predicted that he would go a minute and 30 seconds in the round and clip bro with an uppercut? Like we just didn't see that. Nobody saw that. I for sure thought the fight would go at least 8 rounds. At least 8. That's what I thought because I'm like, bro, you are the IBO, you know what I'm saying, title holder. You know, you look the part, you know, built, you know what I'm saying, you train, and you're a grown man, you got some pride about yourself. Nobody wants to go out like that. Nobody wants to go out like that. And you could see his face like Lima as he was standing there after the fight. I mean, he was just in shock. He probably still wasn't sure, you know, exactly where he was at, but he was in shock. Like, bro, I cannot believe that just happened. Same with I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all watched the Tevin Farmer fight, Tevin Farmer versus Floyd Schofield. Same reaction. Tevin Farmer hopped in there and was just like, dang, I cannot believe I let this happen. The first round, I get clipped with a shot. I get hurt with a shot. And I don't know, man. I posted a video on my page before the fight, and I was explaining how I didn't view this fight as a tune-up fight, and I was saying that because to me, at the highest level of boxing, there are no tune-up fights. Everybody is on a certain level, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're fighting guys that are new to the sport. You know what I'm saying? These guys are fighting for their life. They're trying to change their life. They're trying to put money in their pockets. They're trying to change their family life. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are hungry. They still hungry. You know what I'm saying? Lima was hungry. He said that. He said, I'm trying to change my life. If you beat Boots Ennis, you change your life 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he changed it in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he changed it the wrong way. He turned into a meme, unfortunately. But that's the I guess the slippery slope that comes with fighting Boots. You know what I'm saying? If you have a good fight against him and you do well, your life changes. If you don't perform well, you know what I'm saying, you leave going to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? That's what comes with this. That just comes with the game. But you can say this was a flawless victory. I don't know if y'all used to play Mortal Kombat back in the day, and you know you hit dude with your special move. Hit him with a special move, and what they say? Flawless victory. Jerron Boots Ennis. I don't even think he took a punch for real. I really don't think he took a solid shot. He didn't probably. And to me, even in those 1 minute and 30 seconds, the turning point, to me was, what's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all joining the live. What's going on? Appreciate y'all joining the live, man. Talking about Boots Ennis and the Lima fight. Talking about Boots Ennis and the Lima fight, the reaction, it was just crazy. I can't even put words to it. But it's so crazy that it went this way. The pressure that comes with fighting, bro. You gotta think, you training hard. You do all this stuff for 3 months. You train your body 2 months out of the day. You trying to eat right. You ain't talking to no girls. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing no extra stuff. It's just, I'm focused on this other guy and I'm fighting. And it comes, you build all this up until one day you build your testosterone up, your mental fortitude, you know what I'm saying, your bodybuilding, your strength, everything, to this one particular date. You get to there and then your nerves can be going crazy. Oh my God, what's he gonna do to me? Am I gonna do something to him? Is he gonna hurt me? Am I gonna hurt him? That's all the thoughts that's going on in these guys' mind as they're entering the ring. Really put this into perspective. You know, anytime you're fighting, your body goes into a fight or flight mode. Your body doesn't know the difference between you being in a sanctioned sport of boxing than you actually fighting in the street. Your brain doesn't know the difference. So that's why boxers have to train so much, is because you have to train the disciplines. The discipline and the reaction to fighting. Because think about it, in a street fight, it's like, bruh, you just go crazy. Your adrenaline is all over the place. You just swinging wild. That's in a street fight. But in boxing, you have to be controlled. You have to control your emotions. You have to control your anger. Because when you get hit, you're going to get mad. But how do you control that? So that's why these guys have to train so much, and you have to live a certain lifestyle, because one chink in the armor can leave you laying out on the floor. One chink in the armor can have you turning into a GIF and a meme. You see what I'm saying? So you have to build that up, continue to build that up, practice my defense. It has to be second nature. If you notice in the fight, Lima threw a punch, and it was like Jerron Boots in his hand was there a second before he threw the punch. Like, he just knew, you know what I'm saying? Then he smiled after. He smiled after he blocked it. Like, he knew the punch was going to be there. I'm like, bruh, it's crazy in there, bro. Like, I heard Stephen Bradman Edwards, he's a great trainer. He said Jerron Boots in is sadistic, meaning like he like inflicting pain on people. But I can see that because bro just started smiling like he knew the shot was gonna be there. And another turning point in the fight, while I'm talking about this, another turning point in the fight, in the short-lived fight, this man, once he seen how Lima came out, because initially he was in a right-handed stance, which they call the orthodox stance. You know what I'm saying? Just filling them out, throwing his jab. And then he seen something, and he just smiled big as fuck. And then he turned to the left-hand stance. Southpaw. And I'm like, oh shit, he done seen something. 20 seconds later, he dodging the jab and throwing a crazy uppercut. I'm like, bro, what did you see though? What did you see to make you turn to the left-hand stance and then just do this crazy-ass fadeaway uppercut, bro? Like, how did you even think of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, but that is why I love the sport of boxing. That's the beauty in it, because how do you slow your mind down in these situations, bro? Like, you're fighting, this guy's throwing punches, he's trying to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? And then you slow your brain down enough to where you can dodge. You know what I'm saying? Keep your guard up, then throw a crazy uppercut. Lift bruh chin up out the air. You know what I'm saying? Bruh did not know where he was. Like, when he got hit with it, it was low-key scary because, like, he paused like in mid-air. He was like he just stopped for a second. And as soon as Boots seen that, it was pretty much over. Like, I'm not about to let you recover, bro. I'm not. This is about to end. I don't get paid for overtime. This is not the job that, you know what I'm saying, you can get extra hours and shit like that. No. Come to do my work, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, it's really not a whole lot to say after that, bro. I do want to say, though, because, I want to say this to boxers, too, because I'm still trying to build my platform and brand up to a place to where, you know, I can get those personal relationships, connections with fighters and boxers, because I want to know more about how they take care of themselves. I want to know how they take care. Yeah, you was fried, ain't you, bro? What the fuck? But I want to know how they take care of themselves outside of the ring. Like, after a fight, like, what do they do for personal care? Like, I know they check you for the concussion protocol, and a lot of times you got to go straight to the hospital, but like, even after that, it's like you have to do something to remove the inflammation from your body. You just did this hard training camp, now you're in the fight, you begin to take punches, you might get, you know what I'm saying, bruises, and like, you know what I'm saying, you don't know, you gotta have a way to yeah, you tripping, bro. You tripping. But you gotta have a way to I really wanna block this guy. I ain't gonna lie, cause that's crazy, bro. Why would you even comment something like that? We talking about boxing, bro. Like, what? Supposed to? Like, what are you talking about? Like, That is crazy, dog. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, though, yeah, like I want to know how boxers take care of their bodies outside of that. Like, what are you taking? I like to recommend things like cayenne pepper, um, oil of oregano, things like that, because you got to get the inflammation out of your body, bro. You taking punches, all these different things. So, um, like I said, prayers up to Lima though, because I don't want nobody's health to, go at risk or you lose anything. I mean, you lose something when you go into the ring. Of course, you're fighting, but I just hope bro is okay because it could have got worse. His corner. I don't know if y'all watched the fight, but his corner at the very last second, right as the referee was stopping it, threw the towel in. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as the referee was like waving off, that you could see the white towel coming in. Like, nah, we don't want our fighter to take any more damage, any more punches, because they knew like he was completely out of it. So, but that's a big statement to make, man. At a new weight class for Jerron Boots Ennis right here. I don't know if you guys watched the fight. Boots versus Lima was last night. Look, you can look all over X. You can look all over YouTube. You can see the highlights, which is crazy. Nobody was really expecting that, man. To perform like that in your hometown. Boots is from Philadelphia. The fight was in Philadelphia. I think he had about 8,000 or 9,000. It could be more, but he had like about 8,000 or 9,000 people in the arena. It might have maxed out to 10. The numbers could be wrong. I haven't seen like the official numbers, but before the fight and everything, I know it was already around like 8,000 or something like that. So to fight in front of that many people, to put on the performance, I know that they was going crazy. But Philly is already a turnt city, like especially for boxing and really all sports. To be honest, Philly is a turnt city. So I already knew they was losing their mind when they seen bro, they would lose their mind, bro. So that's, I know that's a good feeling, for Boots to, come out and perform like that, to make a statement like that at a new weight class. You wasn't sure how your body was going to perform. Even before the fight, people were saying that he was weight drained before the fight. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you guys know what being weight drained means, but boxers have to make weight before the fight. So whatever weight class you fight at, your body, you have to weigh that weight before the fight takes place. It has to be signed off on that you made the weight, and you can go from there. Now going into the fight, you can weigh whatever. So they take maybe that 24 hours to eat as much as they want, and build their bodies back up. So it's just crazy. Like, is he really that much stronger now? Like, I guess 7 pounds is a big difference. I mean, you went from 147 pounds to 154 pounds. So I guess, yeah. I guess your body would be that much stronger, man. But I think he ready. He ready for all the big names, which he did call out all the big names, bigger names. That's what I was talking about before this, though. I was saying that I didn't think this fight was a tune-up fight. To me, it was not a tune-up fight, even though he made it seem like it was. No grown man wants to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no grown man wants to lose in that manner. You know what I mean? So I don't think it was a tune-up fight, to be honest. I really don't. Appreciate you for joining live. I don't think it was a tune-up fight, but when a guy is on that level, it's almost equivalent to the what you do outside the ring matters just as much as your training camp and everything else. You have to live a warrior's lifestyle. You're very focused. You're very inclined to your goal and your vision. You know what I'm saying? I have that in the bio of my page. Out of every 100 men, one is a warrior. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a boxer myself, but I can relate to the warrior's mindset because I'm a warrior in life. You know what I'm saying? Done and been through certain things in life that I had to get through. You know what I'm saying? Keep going as a warrior. You keep fighting. You keep fighting. You keep fighting. You battle back, you battle back, you battle back. So I can relate to that mentality. I ain't scared of shit. I don't fear nobody, no man at all. Period. I don't care what you do, who you are, how much you weigh, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you develop that. You know what I'm saying? So for them as boxers, they begin to develop that in training. You know what I'm saying? It's firstly a war against yourself. You know what I'm saying? Battling your mind, overcoming the things and the weaknesses you may think you have, because it's really just in your mind though. Because once you start doing stuff and you show yourself, bro, I'm really this guy. I'm really this dude. You know what I'm saying? And you just keep going. You build up to, you know what I'm saying, who you really are. So with that being said, you know, Boots has put that much time in. You know, firstly, he's been fighting since he was younger. You put all them years of training in. You know what I'm saying? You grow into your body, and you begin to see what you can really do, how you really, you know what I'm saying, can hurt guys in the ring. You know what I'm saying? It gets scary. I was just watching this movie too, Dracula Untold. I don't know if y'all seen that before. And there's one line in the movie. It's like a vampire movie. It's like a remake of Dracula, the modern version. I think it came out in 2015. But in one of the line in the movies, the main character goes, he says, "Men do not fear guns and swords, they fear monsters." And that really, you know what I'm saying, sunk into my mind, because I'm like, that's very true. You know what I'm saying? More than anything, if you came across a monster in your real-time life, a monster, it would be much more scarier than seeing a gun or a sword. I'm telling you, if you came across a monster, like a werewolf or some shit, and you seen this thing standing 10 feet tall, you know, cut up, you know what I'm saying, muscles, crazy, like, you would be scared out your mind. More than you seeing a gun or a sword. You know what I'm saying? So, Boots is becoming a monster in the ring. You know, his name is starting to carry that type of weight of, oh my goodness, whoever is getting in the ring with him, they not like scared. They might not be scared to fight him, but there is a healthy respect and a healthy fear for what can happen to them. You know what I'm saying? It's almost, take David Benavidez for example. He's another good example. He has monster in his nickname. They call him the Mexican Monster. For David Benavidez, he is scary in the ring because the way he fight, he don't stop. You know what I'm saying? He's looking to hurt you. Those guys are the scariest fighters because it's not just boxing. They don't fight like it's a sport, bro. They fight like, I'm trying to hurt you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's just scary. But I really yeah, bro, like I said, it's really not a whole lot to say about this fight. It's really not a whole lot to say about this fight. And I appreciate y'all for joining the live, man. It was a great night of boxing. It wasn't like a super stacked card, but it was cool. Obviously the main event is what we wanted to see, so that is what we wanted to see. So I appreciate y'all, bro. I really do, for joining the live. And I'm gonna come back with some more. I'm probably gonna clip this up a little bit too and maybe post it on my YouTube. Follow my YouTube page as well. Check out my showcase as well on my page. And yeah, keep doing what y'all do. I love y'all. Keep pushing. Oh, what it do, family? What's going on? Appreciate you for joining live. We're talking about the Boots Lima fight. Great night of boxing. Really didn't expect it to go that way. It was a very short night of boxing. thought we would have got at least 8 rounds out of the fight, but we did not. Not unfortunately, you know, that's how the night goes sometimes. But good night for Boots. Unfortunately, it was a bad night for Lima. Took his first knockout of his career. It wasn't brutal. But it was a pretty bad stoppage. His corner ended up throwing in the towel, and you know, it could have been worse. It really could have been worse if the referee didn't stop it when he did. It could have been worse. So you know, gratefully it didn't get much, you know what I'm saying, much worse than what it did. Cause when you start taking them punches and you're not blocking anything, and the guy is throwing as hard as he can, you can really, you know, get hurt like that. So great job by the referee. And that's one of my favorite referees too. I forgot his name because he don't be interfering with the fights. He, you know, he's very attentive, and he just been doing it for a while. So I'm glad he got an opportunity that night. But on the horizon for Boots, Jerron Boots Ennis, on the horizon for him, next is, you know, I would say fighting outside of the city of Philadelphia. Let's maybe go to New York. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Atlanta. You know what I mean? Let's start building your name outside of your hometown and see what you can do, you know what I'm saying, outside of that. I think it's pretty set in stone that your folks are going to come out and support you, come and see you, all that good stuff. But I think, you know what I'm saying, with that type of performance, people can, you know what I'm saying, they will be looking forward to seeing you fight now. So if you got into a fight, or if you're going to fight with like you called out Virgil Ortiz, I mean, that would be a huge fight. I mean, you can do that one in Vegas probably. You know what I'm saying? You can do that one in Vegas. Virgil Ortiz versus Jerron Boots Ennis. That's a big fight. I'm not sure of Virgil Ortiz's hometown. Is he out of Texas? Let me look that up. Virgil Ortiz hometown. Does anyone know Virgil Ortiz's hometown? I don't know why I'm thinking Texas for some reason. I'm not sure though. I was right. Grand Prairie, Texas. Born and raised Grand Prairie, Texas. So the fight really could be in Texas. I mean, at this point, Virgil Ortiz is probably a bigger name than Boots. But Boots, I mean, you definitely helped yourself last night, my brother. You definitely did. So I wouldn't mind seeing it in Texas. But I think the fight is big enough to be. I think the fight is big enough to be in Vegas as well. Depending on what Virgil Ortiz does against Erickson Lubin, I think that's a big determining factor. Obviously, he has to win, but based on what Boots just did, you got to win a certain way as well. So to really sell the fight. And Ben was supposed to fight. They were supposed to fight at 147 pounds, I believe. Was it? No, it was Stanionis. Stanionis and Virgil Ortiz was supposed to fight at 147 pounds. And that fight kept falling through because Virgil Ortiz couldn't make the weight. Like every time the fight was about to happen, and you know he was beginning to cut weight, he had to he kept getting sick, like having these serious, you know, health risks, you know, before getting into the ring. So I think he just had a lot to do with him making 147 pounds, too big for the weight, and he just moved up to 154. So I think him moving up is going to help. Well, it doesn't help both of them. So this is really both of their weight classes. Virgil Ortiz and Boots, this is both of their weight classes. So there's really no excuse why they shouldn't make it happen. Obviously, like I said, Virgil Ortiz has to beat Lubin. I don't think that's an easy fight for Virgil Ortiz. If Erickson Lubin fights how he's capable of, because he's a real polished boxer as well, I want to see if he can really withstand the pressure that Virgil Ortiz is going to bring, because Erickson Lubin had a very light touch in his very last fight. So I don't know if that was enough to really get you prepared for a Virgil Ortiz, you know what I'm saying? So you really got to do some good sparring and have a strong training camp. I feel like um, for Lubin to really be prepared for a Virgil Ortiz. They supposed to fight before the end of the year too, actually. So y'all need to be on the lookout for that one. You know what I'm saying? They start putting the puzzle pieces together. You know what I mean? They start to see this thing come together. I mean, I would like for the sport to end on a high note at before the end of the year. But once again, that's up to the fighters. So, and I just seen too, they just called off Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman. They said Sebastian Fundora hurt his hand. Now, it didn't say broken hand. So I'm like, I mean, guys, if it's not a broken hand, like you don't have a finger, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the way, I feel like guys you got to work through some stuff. Like, your hands is probably achy all the time, like you're boxing. So, I don't know. They didn't give any details more than injured hand. And, of course, Keith Thurman didn't like that because I think, I mean, if you don't fight, you don't get paid. So I think they called off the whole card, I think. So that's crazy because if I'm like on the undercard, I'm like, bruh, just get a new main event. Why y'all gotta call off the whole card? I still want to fight. I still need to get paid. Why y'all calling off the whole card? I never heard of that before. I'm trying to really think, like, if somebody, if you got a whole card for an event, right? Let's say you got 4 fights on the card. And your main event, one of the guys in the main event gets hurt. Can you not just bump the co-main event up to the main event and just everybody just slide up a slot? Why do we, you know what I'm saying? Why do we have to cancel the entire card? Or why can't we have a step-in fighter for the main event? You know what I'm saying? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Like, what if, oh, I just started this. Boots won last night. What if he just stepped in to fight Thurman? Oh, that would be crazy. Of course, he's not going to do that, but, that would be crazy, though. Like, what? That would something that has never been done before. That would be crazy. Boots versus Thurman in a month. Oh, no. That's at the end of the month. In 2 weeks, Boots versus Thurman. That would be crazy. I ain't gonna lie. He probably one of the only guys I feel like could do that too. To be honest, he crazy enough to do it. I ain't gonna lie, he is. But man, it's a very, very good fight, man. Hell of a performance. You know what I'm saying? Either you made for it or you not. What Gunna said, I was made for this, paid for this. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So it just come with the territory, you feel me? But probably finna get up out of here, man. What time is it? Yeah. Appreciate you for joining the live. Appreciate you for hopping on in. Talking about the Boots versus Lima fight. I don't know if you caught the fight last night, but it didn't last long. You know what I'm saying? But a highlight reel performance by Boots Ennis. You know what I'm saying? Say he's stepping on shit. I'm leaving my boots, offending him up. You feel me? Damn, bro, it's got me out of here. That's crazy. I've seen enough. Hey, man. Appreciate you for joining the live. Appreciate you. Say You Promise One. That's a cool name, actually. Say You Promise. But we talking about the Boots Lima fight. My reaction, I mean, I don't know if you watched the fight live, but it was a crazy fight. Didn't last that long, but it was a good fight. It was a good fight for how long it lasted. First round knockout, you don't see that every day. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, that's what he said he was going to do. He said, bro, I ain't coming to play. There's levels to this. I hope you're ready. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to say Lima wasn't ready. I just think that how he came out, Boots immediately recognized, okay, you're not fighting how you fight. I watched you in your previous fights. You trying to come out on your toes. You trying to get foot feints and you know what I'm saying, use timing and box. That's not how you fight. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna do something completely different against me, you're going away from your strengths. When you fight Boots, you gotta fight to your strengths. A lot of guys try to do something completely different, and it may work if you're capable, but Lima, from what I've seen as well, he doesn't have those type of feet. He's not that type of athlete to where he can move in and out. You know what I'm saying? Has that slick, real crazy head movement to where, you know what I'm saying, I can really get out of the way of the punches and, you know, fire something off back. That's not him, but it seemed like he came into the first round thinking that that's what he was going to do. And I feel like when Boots recognized that, like, oh, you're not coming forward, you're not going to pressure me, you know what I'm saying? Well, shoot, I'll make the fight myself, you know? So, you know, being tentative actually got him caught. Him not fighting how he usually fight got him caught in the first round. So, man, that is a lesson for life too. Like, but you got to play to your strengths, man, no matter what it is. Like, play to what your strengths are, no matter what. Don't focus on your weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? You build up as time and life goes on, but play to your strengths, bro, at all times. Because when you are really strong in something and you got it, it can overshadow your weaknesses a lot. And a lot of times, as life goes, you attract the people that you need for those weaknesses. So I want to say this too, because we don't talk about this enough, because boxing is an individual sport and it's only one man in the ring at a time. But you know, you got to have a really good team to perform at a high level. And I think right now, Jerron Boots and his team is one of the best teams in the sport of boxing, hands down. His dad is the lead trainer, head trainer, Bozy Ennis. Did a hell of a job, I feel like, coming into this training camp. He knew his son was prepared. He always say, I ain't got to worry about Boots. He going to do what he supposed to do. And if Lima is that guy, he going to bring another level out of Boots. So, appreciate you for joining the live, bro. But, yeah, I think, and, you know, Jerron Boots Ennis also has two brothers that were boxers, like professional boxers, that were actually really good boxers. And they now help him train as well. So it's like, you know, it's like a family business. They're keeping it in the family. They're just imparting the knowledge and the things that they feel like they may not have done while in the sport into Boots. And Boots is just a combination, I feel like, of everybody. You know, he got the mental, and he has supreme athletic ability. He has the reflexes, he has the power, the speed, the strength. He's like all of his brothers and dad combined in one, and you know, it's really showing. But when it comes to boxing too, what ruins a lot of guys is ego. And from what I see personally, Boots doesn't have just this crazy big ego. Obviously, you have to be confident to fight and be a boxer. You gotta have a different type of confidence to go in that ring and feel like you can wreck shit. You know what I'm saying? You just do as a man. But Boots is not like this overly boastful guy. He doesn't talk a whole lot. He just talks about what he's going to do to the other guy. And that is necessary because, I mean, that's what promotes the fight. Other than that, Boots don't really talk a whole lot. His personality, we still haven't really seen a whole lot of it. You know what I mean? So, but his brothers and his dad, they just allow him to have the spotlight. You see what I'm saying? And that's very important. They don't say too much. They be out the way. They don't be in front of the cameras. They just do their part. You know what I'm saying? Make sure he ready. And he goes out there performing. I think that's very, very necessary and helpful in the sport of boxing, because you have a lot of guys, especially the dads, where they try to overly take the spotlight from their son. You know what I'm saying? And down the road, it leads to resentment on a level between father and son, because it's like, at the end of the day, I'm the one getting in the ring, taking the punches. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to outshine me or overshadow me. Obviously, we're doing it together. We are a team, but, you know, don't be just going out your way to try to, you know, be in interviews, be in pictures. You know what I'm saying? Just let it be natural. So, I think that's a very good thing from Boots' team, man. I really, you know, admire that from afar. Like I said, I don't know the inner workings. I've never met any of them. I'm just speaking on what I see from afar. So, I once again appreciate all of you guys for joining the live. tagging in. Keep doing what y'all do, man. I love y'all. Keep pushing.